Good afternoon, YouTube. Akira 2805 here. Tonight, I would like to announce three things. One, I'm going to get into another possible deck schematic. I ran this deck quite some time ago. It did very well, even back then. Nowadays, if I still had this deck, it would run even better. 100 times better, to be honest with you. Again, I did this at work on my lunches and breaks about a couple of days ago. I'm sorry, I'm just now getting to it. And the work's running me ragged right now. Alright, another possible deck schematic or slash blueprints. Okay, this is an iron chain deck, and I've named it Iron Madness. And the point of an iron chain deck is to deck out the opponent, especially with a combination of cards that I had in here. Whew, I'm sorry, I'm a little tired right now. Goodness. Anyway, now I don't have any of these cards. Some of these I do, but they pretty much speak for themselves, so I'm not going to go grab the cards and show you them. But I'll try to pronounce them as clearly as I can, so you can look them up on YuGiOh Universe or eBay or Amazon, whatever you choose. It has good pictures of these cards. Alright. 2 to 3 copies of all Iron Chain monsters. Level 4 or below. Yes. Want as many Iron Chain monsters as you can possibly fit into this deck. And also, if you want, just for backup in case you ever get a shot to take the opponent's life points directly, is the Iron Chain Dragons. I'd run maybe 1 or 2 of those in there. The main objective of this deck is to just stall while your opponent keeps milling his cards from his deck. One turn after the other. 3 Needleworms, an excellent card to use in this deck. I ran these cards. They help a lot. Again, that's Needleworm. Alright, that's basically all the monsters, really. Okay, spells. Now, these aren't going to equal up to an even amount. These are just some examples of what you watching this can possibly put into the deck. There's like a page and a half of spells here. Okay, the main spell card to use in this deck is, I think it was called a Poison Chain. You want to run 3 of those. I'll tell you why. Okay, it's a continuous spell card. Poison Chain. For every face-up Iron Chain monster you control that did not attack, by the turn's end, your opponent has to discard cards from the top of his deck for every face-up Iron Chain monster you control. So if you were to have 3 of these things on the field, and you had like maybe, say for example, 2 or 3 Iron Chain monsters, possibly up to 5 monsters, which you want to swarm your field with Iron Chains. And in combination with a Poison Chain, so for example, you had 5 Iron Chain monsters on the field, and you had all 3 of these Poison Chains, that's 15 cards your opponent will have to mill or discard from the top of his deck to the graveyard. That's a hell of a combo right there. And I've done that before. I have done that. It's just amazing how it works. The objective of this one is to just go after your opponent's deck to where he can't use any of his or her cards. Another good combination to use with this, to recycle your Iron Chains in the graveyard. Monster Reincarnation. Book of Moon. Use that in combination with your Needleworms. 3 Smashing Grounds. You don't really want to use Darkhold with this deck because you need all your Iron Chains on the field. And your objective is not to attack, just to have them on the field and use them in combination with this Poison Chain spell card. So yeah, limit your all destruction cards. Limit, excuse me, don't use a heavy storm, don't use torrential, don't use any of these cards that destroy everything, because you want to have your monsters on the field. Swords of Revealing Light. You want to use Dark Door. 1 to 2 of those, or maybe 3. You know, your choice, of course. An excellent card for crowd control. Ground Collapse. You want to run at least 2 of those. What that does, you play it as continuous spell card also. You play it, you select 2 unoccupied monster card zones in your opponent's side of the field, and while this card remains face up on the field, your opponent cannot use those 2 zones. You play 2 of these bad boys, your opponent's only be able to control 1 monster, and they can't do jack. A semi-good card for crowd control is the Kaiser Coliseum. Again, that's a continuous spell card. Oh yeah, don't use Heavy Storm with this deck. It's a very bad idea, because you have a lot of continuous spell cards in this deck. Yeah, don't use Heavy Storm. Use MST, please. If you're going to put a Spell or Trap Destruction card in there, use MSTs. Anyway, Kaiser Coliseum. It's another continuous spell card. Your opponent cannot control any more monsters than you have on the field. Say, for example, you have 2, your opponent can't control more than 2. If you have 1, your opponent can't control any more than 1. So it's a semi-good card, but you're going to be swarming the field with Iron Chain monsters, so it's an iffy card. I'll leave that up to you, really. Alright, that's all the spells. Not that many trap cards, because you want to use a lot of these spell cards. Trust me. But if you're going to run trap cards with this deck, run 3 of these. Virus Cannon. Extremely good card to use in case of an emergency. So, for example, your opponent wants to nuke the field with a Dark Hole or a Black Rose Dragon or a Torrential Tribute, just to get rid of all your annoying cards. Virus Cannon will allow you to do a revenge hit on the opponent. What it does, you play it, you sacrifice all your face-up monsters, because they're about to be nuked anyway by the Black Rose or a Dark Hole, so, you know, send them all to the graveyard, except for tokens. It won't work on tokens, just regular monsters. Send all your monsters to the graveyard, and for every card that you sacrifice using this Virus Cannon effect, your opponent will have to ditch the same number of spell cards from their deck to the graveyard. So you sacrifice 5 Iron Chain monsters, that's 5 spells your opponent must send to the graveyard. That's a lethal blow to them, really. Having to give up unwillingly 5 spell cards, that's a good 25% of their spell, I'm not sure really. A lot of people run, 15 to 20 spells in their deck. I don't know. But that's a good portion of their spell cards gone. Gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spells gone. Okay, but yeah, that's the main trap card you want to use. Another good trap card is the Threatening Roar, to protect your monsters from being attacked and destroyed by other monsters. You can run 3 of those. You want to have some protection from your opponent's MSTs and Heavy Storms. Dark Bribe is a good card. I'd run at least 2 of those. Another good stall card to keep your opponent from attacking is Gravity Bind. You want to run at least 1 to 2 of those. Because your objective is not to attack. Your objective is to make your opponent deck out. It'll take a little while and they'll probably get frustrated. I know they will. I've ran this deck before and they get frustrated when they can't use any of their cards hardly. As you keep sending cards from their deck to the graveyard every turn, they're not going to want to continue because you pretty much fucked up their deck. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I left this spell out. Why screw with their deck when you can screw with their graveyard as well? Soul Release. Add insult to injury. I did. You want to run at least 2 of those. Yeah, just to, you know, make them even more aggravated. I mean, say for example, you send a monster card to the graveyard, and they by some means have a monster reborn. You know, screw up that strategy too. Yes, mess up their deck and mess up their graveyard. They won't want to continue because you pretty much just screwed up everything that their deck stands for. It's a fun deck to run, but you may get a slight aggravated opponent. But yeah, that's my possible Iron Chain deck schematics. Okay, that's it for that one subject. I promise you 3 subjects total. Subject number 2, I'm selling cards on eBay if you care to look at it. My account on there is Raiden Von Deen. I'm selling these 7 cards here. I'm selling 3 copies of the Wind-Up Carrier Zenmeister. I got 1 ultra rare and 2 ultimate rares. All these cards I'm going to be selling in 1 pack. It's already on eBay right now. I'm selling 2 Wind-Up Rats, super rare. All these cards are brand new, completely brand new. Not used, not played with, not nothing. Straight from pack to sleeves. So 2 Wind-Up Rats and 2 Insector Swords. Again, 1 ultra rare and 1 ultimate rare. So I'm selling all of these cards in a bunch. I won't say how much. I'll let you discover that for yourself if you care to look at it. It's under YuGiOh Cards, Wind Up, and Insector Cards. Yeah, you'll see it under my name, Raiden Von Deen. Look for that. That's another of my aliases. That's my old alias, actually. But anyway. In the 3rd subject, I'm in a ninja mood right now. And yes, this sword is very real. So you can guess what kind of deck I'm in the process of making. That's a ninja deck. A full ninja deck. I pretty much got all the cards I need. I just ordered a couple of more from eBay. So I gotta wait on those to arrive. So look for a ninja deck within the next couple of weeks. Once I get all the cards, I gotta work with it a lot. Because some of these ninjas, I don't get their effects very well. Some of them, when summoned, you can increase or decrease the level of another monster on your field by 1. I don't quite understand what that means yet. Excuse me. I know what it means, I just can't figure out what to use in combination with that to make that deck effective. Or excuse me, to make these cards effective. But I'll figure it out. I promise. Just give me time. So yes, I'm in a ninja mood, so I will be creating a ninja deck very soon. It's my favorite sword right here. Anyway, that's it for now. Hope y'all enjoyed this little update of what's to come and what's already happened. Hope y'all enjoyed the update too of the possible Iron Chain deck. And that's it. That's a wrap. Alright. Thumbs up the video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, this is the Kira 2805 signing off, and thanks for watching.